Does Dortmund cap dare catch Bayern Munich cap in the happening? Can Milan say what's up to Inter Milan and bring that trophy over back to the red and freaking black shirts? Your boy freaking shirts, your boy freaking Pillar, your boy freaking Shevchenko as well. What are we saying about Ligue? Is it over? Does the camera lens dare say what's up to freaking PSG? And City's W, does this change the Premier League momentum to the bald-headed Catalonian known as Pep, aka Web, sometimes known as Leb? Football Weekly. Let's get it. It's the kid trying to live, trying to stay alive, trying to stay alive. So, let's get it. So, first, let's talk about the Uber Eats League. So, in Ligue, look, let's be real. This is pretty much a two-horse race. It's a two-horse race. Now, remember, this was a sort of a three-horse race until we saw what happened with Marseille. And shout to the camera lens. Shout out to the camera lens. You know what's it called? You know, Kodak, Panasonic, Lumix, and everything. Shout out to your boy camera lens doing the damn thing. They chased them down. Lyon. Remember that moment when I think remember Gorkov. Did Gorkov play for Lyon? Or did he play for Bordeaux? I think Gorkov played for Bordeaux. I'm not sure whether he played. But remember, I think Junior Penombo, that's Benzema when Leon won 7 in a row. So I remember that time, and during all that time, they never won the UCL, but PSG did. So this is what it is. So I think really the big result, obviously, was the 5-piece by PSG and Ousmane Dembele going insane. Us with total goals. His second goal was freaking insanity, and that's 5-piece pretty much put the end of Marseille doing anything. Shout out to Lens, who won 3-1 with a man down, putting the pressure on your boys. So look, man, let's be real. With all due disrespect, a camera lens ain't winning no freaking league or over PSG. It's just not happening. With all due disrespect, they're not doing it. It's done, it's finished. But let's be fair here. Shout out to Miss Smallwood, my girl who taught me freaking maths. Miss Smallwood is like, shut up, half up. Miss Smallwood is like, you assist 2 points. Lens on 49, PSG on 51. But you know what's so crazy? So PSG, obviously, 48 goals. Marseille, 46 goals. So it just shows you the crazy goal scoring Marseille have done. But then look at how many goals they've conceded. They've conceded 27 goals. And 5 of those goals was in one game against PSG. But I think, look, once Dembele gets going, PSG are a whole different team. So people say, "Oh man, you're such a hater," blah blah blah. Okay, bro, guys, can you just relax? I don't care. Go argue and complain to your freaking pastor or your bishop. I still believe Yamal was the best player last year. I still believe Yamal is the best player in the world, and everybody at their best. I mean, Yamal is the best player in the world if everybody's at their best. But Dembele deserved the Ballon d'Or, and Dembele is one of PSG's most important players. I'm sorry, we're not going to discount Vitinha's importance. We're not going to discount Hakimi's importance. But the offensive personality, the guy that really inspires them, specifically on the offensive tip, is your boy, the Oos. And guys, go check the records. Who was the guy who was repping the Oos way back when it was not cool? This was during the Dortmund days. During his Dortmund days, I've been repping the Oos for way back. Bro, I've had this channel for a damn long time. I've been repping the Oos since his Dortmund days. And even when he was insulted by Barca fans, I was still repping your boy. So I rep him. Greenwood, 13 Gs. He's still top with 13 Gs. Guys, I told you. Put the assists to one side. Vitinha's just footballing ability and his midfield ability is amazing. This is why I say the best central midfield in the world is Pedri. He's number one. Pedri is the best central midfielder in the world. Very close behind, and I mean very close behind, is Vitinha. So there's not a massive gap between Pedri and Vitinha. Pedri is better. He's simply better. Like, Pedri is so poip. But Vitinha is not that far behind Pedro in terms of central midfielder ability. So just look at what he does in terms of what you need to be a central midfielder, possessiones, pasiones, all that kind of stuff. But he's giving you 7 A's, 7 assists. That's top. So shout out to your boy. But look, PSG are going to win this. It's over. But if camera lens somehow end up winning this damn thing, you've got to give these guys kudos. So where else are we going? So let's go to this Serie A. Let's go to Serie A. Let's go to Serie A. Let's go with Serie A. So remember, guys, the bookmarks are all below. If you want to jump to each other league because you hate the Serie A for some strange reason, Mafia tax, Soprano tax, you can jump to all the different bookmarks. Serie A. So what happened on the weekend? So Inter, what are these? So 5-piece. No, there were a lot of. So there were 3 5-pieces. So Inter 5p. So basically, obviously, I'm jumping ahead. So PSG 5-piece, top of the table. Inter 5-piece, top of the table, and only gets a Bundesliga. Bayern 5-piece, top of the freaking table. So 5-piece by Inter away from home against Susulo, big time, and who? So Lautaro Martinez, Thuram, everything. And what did Milan do? No, Milan are playing. Wait, so hold up. Yes, because Milan have a game in hand. So Milan play Pisa on Friday. And as we're speaking, Roma are currently winning 1-0. It's like Napoli screwed up. Wait, how did Napoli screw up? So obviously Napoli, they won 3-2. But Napoli screwed up. Wait, that's 3-0 to Juventus. When they lost 3-0 to Juventus, I knew these guys were not serious. And you're looking at them right now, they're 9 points behind. It's done. They're not going to make up 9 points from them. If Milan win that game in hand, that's 5 points. That's 5 points ain't too much. So this is fascinating because when you think about it, when last did we have the 2 Milan teams saying what's up? That's what I want to know. When last did we have the 2 Milan teams? Because if you look at, so last season, Jesus, Milan were 8th. So Milan were 8th last season. Well, 24-25, 23-24. Okay, so we're not so far behind. So 23-24, but then look at the gap. That's not a title race. 94-75, that's not a title race. So that was one horse. Like, it's been a long while since we've had really 21-22. Okay, so the last time that it was really a title race between both Milan sides was the 21-22 season. Where Milan had 86 points, Inter had 84 points. So look, because I'm a narrative merchant. So in terms of a narrative, I just think it's fun to have both of the Milan sides saying what's up. Although Allegri, he's doing his thing. Allegri's doing his thing. I don't see Inter not going crazy. 14 Gs. I remember the key thing with this 14 Gs is how many of these are penalties. I don't think he's taking this. These are all from open play. So for all 14 goals from open play, boy Lautaro Martinez. Wait, I swear they should show the penalties there. But I'm pretty sure that he doesn't take penalties. So shout out to your boy Lautaro doing a thing. And that's how you know a team is in a very good space, because you have 14 goals by Lautaro Martinez, you have 11 assists by your boy Federico Di Marco. And just checking, so when is the Milan derby? So the Milan derby is, okay, so Inter play Juventus in the next game. Lecce, Genoa, then the Milan derby is this 8th of March. Is the 8th of March. So if Milan, and which games do Milan have? So Milan will have Pisa away, Como at home, Como pretty good, Parma at home, Cremonese away, and then they have Inter. So I think maybe Milan's toughest game is probably that Como game, for Fabregas's boys. So I think if they can navigate that, and they can still keep it within 5 points, then it makes the Milan derby very... Because, to make the Milan derby worth something is if they can either close the gap or keep it at 5 points, meaning that a win puts to 2 points. And if it puts it to 2 points, they've got a whole bunch of games to make that up. But again, if I'm a betting man, I think Inter say what's up. Shout out to Hellas for Verona, man. Shout out to Hellas for Verona doing the damn thing down there. Not as bad as Wolves. So, where else are we going? So let's go to the Bundesliga, right? Let's go to the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga. All right. Here's the thing. They wouldn't dare. You see, with all due disrespect, Dortmund are not a side that you can believe in. They're simply not. They're simply not a side that they can believe in. So Dortmund are 6 points behind. And you would say to yourself that if these guys are 6 points behind, that is a title race. But it's Dortmund. That's the issue. It is a title race, it's Dortmund. I want to check something real quick. So I think it was the 12. So this is I think this was the most goals they've scored, which is 98 goals, when they did the treble, 12-13 season. Mandzukic, Lam, Robin, Schweinsteiger, and them boys, Ribery. So they did 98 goals. These guys should break it. They're on 79 goals right now. The way they're going, they should do, because if you look at the last game, so a 5-piece. So a 5-piece, Kane 2-piece, Luis Diaz 3-piece. A Luis Diaz 3-piece, insane. And this is what I've always said. Liverpool, who are struggling, they made a huge mistake letting Luis Diaz go. They made a huge mistake letting Luis Diaz go. They should not, under any circumstance, have let Luis Diaz go. Jesus wept. Jesus wept. 24 G's. 24 G's. Bro, 21 games played, and this cycle has 24 G's. Can you please show me where it says penalties? Hold on. Oh, sorry, it stats. There we go. 8 penalties. 8 penalties. Bro, that's still pretty good. So what's that? Is that 16 goals from open? That's still pretty good. That's still pretty good, bro. You know. So that basically, yeah, that's 16 goals from open play. So 16 goals from open play is still pretty damn good. But still, 24 Gs. And I always say to guys that for FOTMOB, so FOTMOB guys, please, if you're listening, for stats, please can you put the stats of penalty goals, but if you won the penalty. So goals scored if you won the penalty, because if you didn't win the penalty and you scored the penalty, like that's fine. But I'm going to give you more kudos if you were fouled, you scored the penalty. That's even more to your goal than if someone else was fouled, and then you then take that damn penalty. I'm like, I'll only give you like half a freaking goal. And then Olise, 16 assists, way ahead than everyone else. Way ahead than everyone else. And I'm not sure what the record is for most assists in a season, but Olise has a strong chance to say what's up. All right, let me check something real quick. So let's see, Bayern. When do they play? They play each other this month. So Bayern have Werder Bremen away, Frankfurt at the crib, and then the Klassiker. You see, I always say like, but the fact, so if it's still 6 points, that game will now mean something. That game will now mean something. And Dortmund, so Dortmund have Mainz at the crib, Leipzig away. Where Leipzig? Okay, so that's a tricky one for them. So Leipzig away, then they have Bayern Munich. So this could be a very critical month for Dortmund, because if Dortmund beats Mainz, they beat Leipzig, and if they can somehow beat Bayern and close it down to 3 points, assuming that Bayern win their games, we have a title race. But guys, I'll say what I said last week. I remember when they had the trophy at Dortmund Stadium, and I believe they were playing Mainz. Mainz had nothing to play for. Nothing to play for. All Dortmund needed was a win, and they say what's up. They had nothing to play for, and these guys screwed up. When Musiala scored in the very last minute, they got given the replica trophy. Once I saw that, I said, never, ever, ever will I ever have faith in these losers ever again. So for me, I don't care. Dortmund can be 20 points ahead with 1 game to go. Listen what I said. Dortmund can be 20 points ahead with 1 game to go, and they'll somehow find a way to screw up and still lose the league title. These are the kind of guys that we're dealing with. So, yes, it's 6 points. Money's on Bayern. The money's on Bayern. But for Bayern, I don't judge Bayern by their Bundesliga wins or their DFB Pokal wins. I judge Bayern Munich by their UCLs. Because what will judge company, what will judge your boy Kane, is that damn Champions League. And those are just facts. Where we at? So let's go to La Liga. Let's go to La Liga. So, look, it's still 1 point. It's still 1 point between the boys. Okay, can we just... Okay, riddle me this. So, Atleti beats Real Betis away 5-1. I think it was 5-1 or 5-0. Look, man, amazing day debut. How do you then spin the block and lose 1-0 in your own house? So that team you beat with a 5-piece away from home in the Copa del Rey Mysterio. But at the crib, you lose 1-0 to that same team you put 5 past. This team doesn't make any sense. This team makes no freaking sense. Shout out to Barca, 63 goals. 63 goals, only 23 considered. They are way ahead. Looks like Villarreal are only 8 goals behind Real Madrid. And what's so interesting though is you talk about how bad Real Madrid's defense is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Real and Atleti have the best defense in the league with only 28 goals conceded. Sorry, with only 18 goals conceded. So as bad as you say that the defense is, somehow it's only 18 goals conceded by these guys. Again, it is what it is. So hold up. So it's all about El Clasico. So El Clasico is on the 10th of May. So that's what, so 38, 37, 36. So match week 35. So after that, after El Clasico, there are only 3 games to go. You see, I wish they did this for the Serie A. So the way these guys are playing and the kind of consistency that they're falling into, I think that's going to be a critical game. That's going to be a very pivotal game. What at once is, it's at most a 3 points gap. If it's a 3 point, 2 points, 1 point gap, it's key. So therefore, whoever wins that has a great chance of saying what. Because then Barca have Deportivo away, Betis at the crib, Valencia away. Whereas Real Madrid would have Real Oviedo at the crib, Sevilla away, Bilbao at the crib. So, they're going to win that by the crib. Shout out to your boy Mbappe. shout out to your boy Mbappe. And the last goal he scored was not a penalty. It was a goal from open play. So Mbappe on 23 Gs, your boy Yamal on 8 assists. And the thing about Yamal is this. Let's go to Yamal. Do we have this guy's dribbles? Because this guy's dribbling stats is absolutely insane. Possession. There we go. Successful dribble percentage is 54.7%. Successful dribbles at 99. God damn. Like, if you look at this guy's dribbling stats, this guy has all-time dribbling stats. For a player this young, his dribbling stats are absolute insanity. And again, I told you, I'm not a stats guy, but he's already outperformed his goal scoring from last season. So he's already on 10. Remember, he scored 99 goals last season. So he already has 10 goals now, already on 8 assists. So he's basically 2 assists away from being a double-double, which is impressive, which is very, very impressive for your boy. So look, I mean, I don't know who's going to win the league. At one point, it seemed Real clean way through. Then all that happened. Alonso got sacked. Barca now found form, but then was that loss to Sociedad that Barca had? Like that Sociedad loss was the key one there, because bro, look at Barca. Look at the green, literally. Ever since the loss to Real Madrid, Barca have gone on a clear winning run. And the only blip was the Sociedad blip. Look at that. They literally have won all of their games Wait, hold. Okay, so outside of them conceding 3-2, Betis, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheets, losses so they that clean sheets, okay, one goal, clean sheets. So Barca have actually been on an amazing run ever since I lost to Real Madrid. And if you look at Real Madrid, um, so you see, that Celta Vigo thing is what effed them up. But ever since that Celta Vigo loss, it's literally, they've been perfect. Deportivo win, Sevilla win, thingy win. So ever since that loss at against Celta Vigo, it was, see, this is where they messed. See, where they messed up was here. Hold up. Where is the Barca game? You see, once they beat Barca, I thought it was over. Because let's be real, you'd expect them to beat Volcano. You'd expect them to beat Elche. You'd expect them to beat Girona. And of course, to beat Celta Vigo. If Real Madrid had pretty much won all these games, which is what they were expected to, oh, bro, it's like a 5-6 points gap. So Real Madrid should have been far ahead if you look at the points dropped against teams they should not be dropping points to. But what effed them up with that Celta Vigo game? But since that Celta Vigo loss, they've won all their games. They've won all their games. They've won all their games. So they've got, obviously, sorted that at the crib next to see what happens there. So look, I don't know. So this is one fascinating one where I really don't know who's actually going to win this title, man. No idea. No idea. If I had to choose, nuclear warhead pointed to me, I just think Barca have the edge. A guy called Arbs from the road ain't winning no league title. I just think Barca overall are just a more resilient team. They have the better edge. But if Messi's daddy leads this team with scraps to the Liga title, I expect an apology from all you guys, man. I expect an apology. Shout out to boys Levante doing their damn thing down there, bro. Bro, so wait, when is Lugo going to get back? I want to see a return of freaking Lugo. So let's go to the Premier League. Let's go to the Premier League, man. So, what are we saying, bro? Is this where things change? It's 6 points. It's 6 points. Like, we'll deal with Liverpool after, because Liverpool, that's a whole different ball of wax. My thing here is this: is that look, if you're Man City, let's look at Man City first. If you're Man City, see, that's very important. They play Fulham before Arsenal. Remember, Arsenal play Brentford on Thursday. City play Fulham. But I'm just looking at City's games. So, Fulham, the city of old, when Pep was fully wept, when before pre-scratch, so PS. You see, there is PS and AS. Pre-scratch, after scratch. Pre-scratch, PS, Pep. Oh, this is easy dub. Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Palace, easy dub. Then Chelsea, Arsenal's where it gets tricky. AS, after scratch, I don't know for sure if they beat Leeds. I don't know for sure if they beat Fulham. I don't know for sure if they beat Palace. So the definite W's, I believe, are West Ham. I would assume Forest, but I can see Forest frustrating them. Newcastle, maybe. But it just basically AS Man City, AS Pep, after scratch Pep, you cannot guarantee all those are wins. But if this is PS Pep, pre-scratches Pep, although all those are freaking W's. But you've got a double up there, which is tricky, because away to Chelsea and a potential title decider against Arsenal, which is just where it's going to be key. So those two games could pretty much be another definitive point for City season. But that win, make no mistake, that win against Liverpool at Anfield was huge. That was an absolutely colossal, huge win. Because them winning that psychologically, mentally, just gives them hope. Because I think many of us, including Arsenal fans, were like, oh no, Liverpool, they'll win or they'll at least take 8 points off of them. But for City to win in that style, with the last kick of the game, psychologically is huge. See, for Arsenal, I still could say what's up. You've got Brentford away, but that Brentford game is after City play Fulham. So that could either be, we could extend it to potentially 9 points, or maybe more, or we need to get it back to 6 points if they've cut it down to 3 points. So Brentford, Wolves, Spurs, nothing on that, but they're horrible. The boys Chelsea. Brighton. Okay, let's be real. Tribal thing aside, Arsenal should win all those games. The hardest game for Arsenal in that run is Brentford. Because Wolves are the worst team in the league. Tottenham are ass cheeks. Arsenal have a great record against my boys Chelsea recently. It is what it is, I'm sorry. Brighton, okay, man, but the Arsenal should be beating Brighton. Arsenal are at home to Everton, at home to Bournemouth. The toughest game for Arsenal is that Brentford game because Brentford have been pretty good and it's away from home and also long throw attacks. So if they can navigate Brentford, those should all be W's up until the huge game against Man City. And if then they navigate that, Newcastle, Fulham at the crib, West Ham away, they may already be relegated, but Arsenal have an amazing run in. If you look at these fixtures, Arsenal cannot argue for a better running than this because for Man City's running, it's a case of so you've got so Fulham, yeah, boom, boom, boom. So after the Arsenal game, okay, Burnley away, Everton away, Brentford, Bournemouth away, and then Aston Villa at the crib. And Villa may be trying to play to get into Europe. So that's running for Man City, specifically the Bournemouth away, the Brentford at home, but specifically the Villa, that is way harder fixtures than what Arsenal have. So Arsenal should be happy with those fixtures there. Oh no, come on. West Ham, Burnley, Palace, come on. You see, the Palace away could be tricky. No. They've lost Gehi. Glasner is already checked out already. Come on. You can't hope for anything better. Look, you can't deny that they've kept it alive. Arsenal, like City, have kept it alive and they've made it interesting. It's going to be interesting what happens this week, which is, do City beat Fulham? Because if City don't beat Fulham and Arsenal beats Brentford, then... But if City beats Fulham, Arsenal have to respond. So Arsenal's first mini test is if City beats Fulham. They're now under pressure to now keep it back at 6 points by having to beat Brentford away from home. So what happens this week, Wednesday and Thursday, is going to be very important. But I still feel, looking at the fixtures, Arsenal, it's right there. For Arsenal, it's right there. Psychologically, 6 points is worrying. 6 points is nothing. At this stage of the season, 6 points is nothing, specifically when they face each other. But the issue, though, is I don't believe in City's consistency. If this was like 3 or 4 years ago, Arsenal should be very worried. Because this was 4 years ago, City go on a winning run, and they probably do beat Arsenal. Because the Arsenal game, hold up. Is that at the crib? It's away. It's at the Etihad. It's at the Etihad. So if this is of all, bro, I say what's up, Bob? No, it's simply not. All right, let's deal with the other boys here now. So let's look at this whole top 4 thing, man. Shout out to Miss Smallwood. I don't know whether Fergie is still doing his juju or his white magic. Fergie is using juju and white magic on this tape because I don't know how we've been slandering United for this long. And these jokers are 6 points from second. These guys are 3 points behind Villa, who are going on an insane run. It just shows you what a few wins can do for you and everything. Because if you look at United, man, if you look at, I think that's the thing here. I think he took over for Man City. He took over the. I don't remember. So I just think that this little mini run is just what's changed everything. Beating City, no, that's the key thing there. Based on how ass they've been, you thought that they'd lose against Man City. Of course, they'd lose against Man City, and for sure they'd lose to Arsenal. At worst, it's a draw, but we all thought that for sure Arsenal would beat them. Okay, maybe you can get it against City. For sure, you lose to Arsenal. It's winning those 2 games that just sort of flips the script. And remember, just beating City pulled them closer to City as well, cutting the points gap, and then the Fulham win, and then the Tottenham win. And you look at United, West Ham, Everton, Palace. Their next tough game is Newcastle, and Newcastle have been up and down, and then you've got Villa. So really, before they get to Newcastle and Villa, but specifically, I say Villa, before they get to Villa, those are all winnable games. Based on their form and how they've been playing, those are all winnable games for United. And you could have a scary situation. United can finish third. But you say first is impossible. United can potentially finish second. I think that would be crazy, but they can potentially finish second. They can realistically finish third. I believe they'll finish third because I think Villa are going to fall off. I think these guys are going to fall off. I'll go to Chelsea. Liverpool, man. For Liverpool, guys, I mean, look at that. So they actually got on a nice winning run here. Brighton, Tottenham, Wolves. And since they've won once in 2026. You're not serious. They won once in 2026. I think that the Burnley is ridiculous. The unacceptable ones is drawing to Leeds, drawing to Burnley. That's ridiculous. That's really, really ridiculous. City, okay, it's fine. It's City. They're going for the title. But no. Those drawing to Leeds, drawing to Burnley, and the draw to Fulham, that's ridiculous. But those two specifically, Burnley and Leeds at home, which used to be a fortress, Liverpool, you are not being serious. You're not being serious. Basically, it's gone from a fortress to a brothel. Everybody can get some if they've got the cheddar. So literally, Leeds and Burnley came in with the cheddar and got these guys at that brothel, bro. It's crazy. It's insane. So the only win they got was against Newcastle, who've been doing badly, but they've had a horrendous 2026. A absolutely horrendous 2026. And if you just look at that form, these guys are not making top 5. I don't think these guys make top 5. It's just, but I think the most egregious thing is the home. Because if you're a top team, your home is your fortress. This is your castle. This is your fort. And for Leeds, Burnley to get something from you is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And they only beat Wolves 2-1. They only beat those guys 2-1. So, and even the game against Man City, they didn't play well. Great free kick, but they didn't play well. City were the better team. And City deserved to win. They created the better chances. So for Liverpool, it's been a nightmare of a season. It's been absolutely a nightmare of a season. Okay, Chelsea, look, man. What are we saying about Chelsea? Look, shout out to boy Liam. Look, hey, ever since the Fulham loss, which was disgusting, ever since the Fulham loss, it's been pretty good. Brentford, Palace, West Ham, Wolves. So let's be real. Up until the Arsenal Villa is where it gets tricky. Those games have been must-wins. Chelsea must win those two games. If Chelsea don't beat Leeds and Burnley, then get the hell out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here. Because Arsenal, that's at the best, maybe it's a draw, but I assume that's going to be an L because Arsenal need to win that game because they're going for a damn title and Arsenal are at the crib. And based on recent results, I don't see Chelsea winning that. Villa, tricky, but they should try to do that. So I think to just give ourselves a buffer, those are two must wins. If it is to be a loss against Arsenal, have to somehow find a win against Villa. Like I reckon against Arsenal, and bro, if you give me Garnacho and Gittins against what Arsenal are doing, I'm sorry, I don't have no hope against Lille, bro. That's going to be a big game. 18th of it. See, now it gets tricky because you now have that April band is crazy because we have Man City and United. That's going to be tricky. And the last game is Sunderland away. And have Liverpool away. But those two games is tricky. City and United back to back. Both at the crib. I'm going to try and go one of those games. Both at the crib. But that's a tough one. City and United at the crib. That's going to be a tough one. So if it is to be 5, I do feel if EPL's coefficients are strong. If it is to be 5, Bro, look at Liverpool. They're already 4 points behind your boys, bro. And look, Brentford are coming, but then they've got Arsenal. And Everton are not too far behind. Everton only 2 points behind Liverpool. If I was to predict Arsenal City, I think United gets third. I think we can get fourth. Wait, who do Villa have? Yeah, next few games. So Villa have Brighton, Leeds, but they got Wolves. You know what? I think we can get. I think. Yeah. As much as it pains me to say this, I think United gets third, Chelsea gets fourth. I think Villa will just about get fifth, and I think Liverpool sixth. But my prediction is Liverpool comes sixth or seventh, and they get to that UCL final. That's my great prediction. And okay, Wolves are done. Bro, West Ham, they're only 3 points behind Forest. But so, for me, I do feel West Ham go down. West Ham go. I think, bro, Tottenham are 6 points off relegation. No, hold on, just real quick, and I'll be out of here. Tottenham, Newcastle, guys. Is there a scenario where Tottenham gets relegated? Because these guys cannot buy a win either at home or away. So if West Ham can just get some momentum, there's a realistic proposition where a team with the most modern, futuristic Star Trek Deep Space Nine Enterprise Stadium somehow find themselves playing in the freaking championship, bro. It gets real, bro. It's what it is. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'll see you guys next week for another Football Weekly. Like, subscribe, all the beautiful stuff. Football content, always here, always beautiful. Stay safe and also stay black. Guys, to score like this, look, to score from there, from that angle, look at where it, guys. This is Neo. You did all that against Barcelona. Fine. Yeah. Give us a damn final. So you did all that against Barcelona and you get 5 piece. The heck? It's that one day short people will rule the world.
With what? With
deals? I have no idea. He just said short people.
Zima, stop. That's crazy.
Who is the greatest short person of all time?
Napoleon.
Messi.
Nah, Napoleon beats Messi.
Messi, man. Messi.
Okay.
Napoleon.
I didn't say the greatest sports person. Who is the greatest short person of all time?
Messi.
Whoa, what's it?
To watch the rest of this vid, think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.